Humans Don't Make Good Familiars. Book 3, Chapter 30. Suma's Point of View. One more day and night of travelling passed before we were able to rendezvous with the ship home. Jake carried Von Pack after summoning Chariot on the shore, and we all flew to the boat during the last night. Then the captain of the Sea Flyer ordered a course for the kingdom. I stayed by Von Pack the whole way, administering aid as needed, until he finally awoke and stayed awake.
"Where am I?"
Von Pack asked, ruffling his feather as he picked himself off the floor. We were below deck with Jake, Lorik, Second Lieutenant Datahue, and Captain Gigolis.
"A ship on the way back to Ambos,"
the captain said.
"What do you remember?"
"How are you, Von Pack?" I asked.
"Suma? What? Is this real?"
He was woozy. His bismuths flickered slowly and erratically. "We rescued you from the Southern Union prison, got you off the island and healed your wounds, mostly," Datahue explained, and looked down at his claw, which was missing one of the talon. I did not know how he lost it, but it must have been either when he was captured or during his imprisonment.
"I'll fix it for you later, after you've rested a bit more,"
Jake offered.
"What?"
he asked, confused.
"Von Pack, I need you to focus for a moment."
Captain Gigolis interrupted.
"You sent a dragon message to the Queen. Do you remember?" Yes, I remember."
He shook his head and rubbed his head and eyes lightly with the third joint of his wing.
"What was the message?"
We all waited with held breath, fearing the worst. Dragon could have very well just been a threat level, not necessarily a warning of the Chaos Dragon.
"I found out the SU were going to invade the island of Taldre and use it as a staging ground to attack the kingdom. Only a simple message could get out in time. So I had to hope that you would send a squad to investigate." "When will the attack begin?"
the captain asked.
"According to what I heard in the prison, and what I learned from some informants and spies before the invasion, 3 months.
I actually breathed a sigh of relief. How silly is that? Von Pack gave me a strange look.
"We'll worry about it when we can,"
Jake said, sounding rather unimpressed.
"What? Did you hear what I just said? The kingdom is going to be invaded by enemy forces in mere 3 months.
Von Pack shouted, both bewildered and upset. "We have more pressing issues, but the Queen and her advisors will be informed and preparations will be made. For now, Von Pack, just rest and recover," Datahue said. "Sentinel, you mentioned you could heal his claw." Jake nodded.
Zachariah's memories taught me how."
"Then do so once Von Pack is strong enough." With that, the lieutenant and captain left. Lorik looked between the door and Von Pack, then simply said,
"Your family is doing well." "Can you really heal my claw, Jake?"
Von Pack asked, after a moment of silent waiting.
"Yeah, but it hurts, so be aware of that."
Jake was sitting down against the nearby crate of cargo. Being in this room was odd. No matter how much the ship lurched, neither any of us, nor the cargo, ever shifted more than a head feather's length.
"After the last few weeks, I do believe I've gotten rather used to pain. What happened to you, Von Pack? Why were you on Taldre? You were a specialist when we met. Now you're an ambassador."
I asked. He sighed, and Jake interrupted.
"Suma, let's leave him be for now." No, it's fine. A lot has happened since basic training, even before the last few weeks."
Von Pack went on to explain what happened to him since then, and what happened to him before and while he was in prison. After training, he and Vindicta wanted to get married, a rarity for Niama and Ambos. However, his father disapproved of the marriage, and the child they had together 3 months later, which left the child nameless. Von Pack decided to undergo training to become the next head of the family, in order to sate his father's wishes. In trade, his father would arrange a naming group for his child. Part of this training involved the tradition of spending a year as a cultural liaison. Though this would normally be with another noble lineage, this time it was with another kingdom. He asked Lorik, whom he had kept in contact with after basic training, to take care of his family while he was away.
"So you did it all for your wife and child, huh?"
Jake asked.
"Indeed. However, in truth, I doubt if my father will honor his end of the deal, and arrange the naming group for my child before it's too late." "Too late?"
Giving a child a name has greater effects the younger they are. Royalty are named before they even hatch, and nobles usually receive names the day they hatch. Receiving a name as a child can change the flight of one's life forever, I explained.
And your father is going to try and wait until the last moment to spite the child?
Jake asked, annoyed.
I wouldn't have passed him. His reaction to hearing that I'd wed a commoner was intense. But I expected that much.
Then I saw something in his eyes, an idea.
Jake, could you do it? Name my child, just as you did Vindicta.
Jake stared at him for a moment. He seemed sad, but nodded his head.
Okay, is it a boy or a girl? I do not know. I was unhatched when I left, but by now it surely is. Cannot wait to meet them and see Vindicta again.
Days passed, and we docked in the kingdom once again. Jake healed Von Pack's missing talon. Von Pack described the pain as comparatively not that bad. It took a few more days of travel, but soon we were once again in Ambos's royal capital, Ambos. Jake waited with Lorik and Von Pack as Captain Gagola's Lieutenant Datahue and I flew to the castle, and were guided to a waiting area for our audience with the Queen.
Lieutenant, Private, I assume this is obvious, but I will say it anyway. No one mentions the dragon until our report on the mission is over. There'll be other nobles in the courtroom, and if word spreads, it could cause panic. We make our report, then ask for a private audience with the Queen afterwards, explaining only that it is a matter of sensitive nature regarding Sentinel.
The captain said. Yes, Captain, I said, and the lieutenant nodded.
Greetings.
Niama said, opening the wall.
I'm Queen Impera's attendant, Sven. Please allow me to escort you to the courtroom. I assume you all have already been briefed on proper etiquette. We have, by the Niama who showed us in.
The captain said.
Excellent, then please follow me.
Honestly, after so many meetings with Her Majesty, I felt as if I may one day grow used to being in the presence of royalty, but it was not that day. With so much to tell her, my stomach became queasy, more so than the last time we met. We were led to the courtroom, the same one we used during our audience with the Queen before, and she already on the royal perch. We landed on separate perches nearby and bowed, spreading our wings, waiting for our release. Around us, on perches higher than ours, but lower than the Queen's, were Niama in gaudy arraignments of gold and silver tassels, thin multicolored garments draped from their bodies and wings, and jewels pinned to their feathers. The captain was right. Many nobles were in attendance. Sven, the Queen's attendant, landed on a smaller perch below the Queen. Welcome, Drake Squadron. Please rise, the Queen said, and we did. What is your report on the mission?
Ambassador Von Pack was alive and has been returned to the kingdom. He is with the members of our team receiving medical treatment and resting from his ordeal.
The captain answered. Von Pack is alive? The Queen asked, surprised. And did he have clarification on his message? The Queen gave us a look, almost asking if we needed to make this a private meeting.
He discovered an invasion of the Southern Union in our kingdom was imminent, and that the SU would use Taltre as a staging area for the attack.
The captain said. When does he believe this attack would take place? The Queen asked as the nobles around us mumbled to one another.
During his time as a prisoner and using the information from his informants who originally alerted him to the attack, he believes it'll occur in 3 months. That's barely enough time to prepare,
one of the nobles shouted.
Bring Von Pack here. We must question him personally.
Another demanded.
You heard him. He was captured. Can his information even be trusted?
Silence, the Queen announced, enhancing the loudness of her voice with wind magic. The courtroom fell quiet. Captain Gagolas, are you certain of the validity of this information?
Yes, Your Majesty. The SU has already taken Taltre and several, if not all, of its sister islands. I personally witnessed the carnage across the island. Villages burnt, native inhabitants hunted down for even the smallest amount of resistance. They are setting up for a massive attack and are using the resources of the island to do so.
There were more murmurs as the captain spoke. The nobles were panicking this much of an invasion of Niama, a full 3 months away. And if I did not know of the Chaos Dragon's return, I would have been as well. I see. Then we will begin preparing a defensive strategy for an invasion. Captain Gagolas, Second Lieutenant Datahue, Private Suma, I thank you all. And the rest of your squadron for your excellent service. For now, I release you to go back." She sighed and said to her attendant, "Well, at least I know that will be the worst news I receive today." The three of us glanced at one another awkwardly for a moment, before the captain spoke.
"Your Majesty, please, a moment of your time. I have something to request."
Then speak," she said, hiding her mild surprise at the breach of normality.
"We request a private audience with your Majesty in order to report another matter discovered on the island. It is of the utmost importance and is regarding Private Suma's familiar, Sentinel,"
he explained. All eyes in the court turned to me. Some were curious, others were scornful. "Is he injured?" the Queen asked, her feathers ruffled slightly.
"He is uninjured, but with so many around, I am hesitant to say more."
She tilted her head, seemingly thinking. "I shall grant you a private audience." Turning to the rest of the court, she dismissed them and bid them a formal farewell. Most left immediately. Others were slowly talking amongst themselves for a moment before bowing to the Queen and flying out. "Now then," she said once everyone was gone, "it is only I, my attendant, and my guards, whom can all be trusted with the utmost secrecy. What is the matter with Sentinel?"
"Your Majesty, the truth is about the Chaos Dragon."
There was a moment of quiet as she looked around the room once more. "None of you shall ever speak a word of what you hear today, even if the lives of your loved ones could be saved by doing so. Am I understood?" she said.
"We and ours die with honor, at your command, Queen Umbera."
All 6 of her guards repeated in unison, like it was practiced beforehand. Truthfully, I had heard rumors that the royal guard were chosen from only the most loyal of the kingdom's soldiers, and trained with only loyalty to the crown in mind, so it may very well have been a practiced mantra of some kind.
"As you wish, my queen,"
Sven said from the Queen's side. "Speak. What about the Chaos Dragon?"
"He is returning 1 month from now,"
the captain said. The silence that filled the courtroom was such that a single feather could have landed and startled all of us. "Explain," she ordered, weary.
"During the mission, we performed a memory delve and 2 captured prisoners for information regarding Von Pack's location. Lieutenant Datahu and I cast the spells, while Sentinel and Lorica Spalla underwent the delve into the prisoners' minds. But the delve was interrupted, and control over the spell was wrenched away by a remnant of the soul within Sentinel."
"How is that possible?" the Queen asked.
"Unknown. The soul was destroyed in the process, however."
"Is your familiar all right?" the Queen asked me, clearly worried. "Yes, mostly."
"Upon its destruction, it granted Sentinel a warning of the Chaos Dragon's return,"
Captain Gagola said. "Can we be certain of this information's validity?" the Queen asked.
"No, but we suspect it is true. Sentinel, upon waking up during the delve, was shown certain signs of receiving his memories."
"Signs? What signs?"
"He regrew his severed left limb and has been acting in an unusual manner, similar to how one normally acts upon receiving another Niema's soul,"
Gagola said. "That only proves that the soul within Jake has finally caused the symptoms we expected to arrive so long ago. Not that the dragon will return," she refuted. "Your Majesty, please. I believe Jake, and he believes these memories. If it is true that the dragon will return, then—" "If it is true," she interrupted, "then our entire world could be about to experience a second ravaging." Queen Umbera looked distressed and shook her head. "Summon Sentinel. I must speak with him directly." "At once," I said, then spoke to Jake through our connection. "Jake, Queen Umbera wished to speak with you immediately. I must summon you,"
"Okay, I'm ready,"
he said. I began the spell. "I summon you, Sentinel." And then nothing happened. Or more accurately, Jake did not appear. I could feel the spell still in effect, but it also felt stuck. "Is something wrong?" the Queen asked. I do not know. The spell is working, but... One moment. I summon you, Sentinel." I repeated the spell, and again it activated, and then it felt as if I were attempting to pull 100 beings, each many times more powerful and vast than Jake, through the spell. "Has something happened to your familiar?" the Queen asked, and my mind began to race with all the worst possible scenarios. What if the dragon is doing something to Jake? What if he is fighting the dragon without us? What if the dragon is trying to take his body again? I thought. Your Majesty, please have our guards prepare for the worst. I do not know what is happening, but the last time something like this happened, Jake's body was possessed by the Chaos Dragon. What? Then cancel the spell, she ordered. I am afraid that it is too late. Jake is already on his way here. I cannot stop the spell. But something is interfering with it. I do not know that anything bad is happening, but please prepare for the worst. Guards, get into formation, she ordered.
Your Majesty, please flee the castle at once,
one of them said. 2 of the 6 guards flew beside the Queen, and the familiars they had been perched on gathered around me, bearing fangs and claws and all manner of other threats. The 2 beside the Queen urged her again to flee, but she refused. If the dragon is to arrive, we must kill it here, and I wish to bear witness.
Primatsum will perform the spell again on your command. If it is a dragon, it dies today.
Please wait. It may not be the dragon. Let me check before anyone does anything. This could all be a mistake.
You'll have mere seconds to make sure it's truly your familiar. Any longer, and whether or not, we'll kill it.
I nodded that I understood, and he gave the order to perform the spell again. I summon you, Sentinel, I said again, and this time I felt that weight release, and Jake appeared. Jake, is that you?
Aria 050 Dragzoon W.R.E. and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.